Andy Johnson, we are looking at a multi-level reading strategy called shared reading. Now, this term has been used for a lot of different strategies. For this purpose, for this mini lecture, there are two general purposes. First, the whole class can have a shared conversation around a single text. This is how I am describing it here, multi-level. But it's also used as a strategy to teach thinking or comprehension strategies with the whole class using a single text. As I'm describing it, it enables all students, even students of varying reading levels. In a gen ed classroom, you may have 2 or 3 above grade level, 2 or 3 below. This enables all of them to participate in that conversation. Here are the steps. First of all, you need to create the conditions where all students can see the text. A projector, use their textbook in which they all have a copy. You may want to Xerox short newspaper articles or online material if you have, most students have computers now. All right. Then you need to plan. You need to break the text into parts. Look for logical parts, but it should be short, digestible bits. During the breaks, you're going to put the questions or activities there. Now, the reading format can vary. You may have a variety of different reading formats in a single shared reading session. Students may be in small groups or the whole class. ERT, everyone read to page 2. They read silently and you look around. When students seem to be finished, you say stop. The teacher reads, students follow. Buddy read to a designated spot, but no round robin reading ever. It's where one student's read and the others follow along. You pause at designated spots, and here's where you put in your questions or your activities that you have designed ahead of time. Now, struggling readers still get important content. They may not be able to read the whole paragraph or two, but in a discussion in small group, you may say something like, share the 3 most important ideas. However, you still make sure the salient ideas are stated. And again, this can be used with textbooks. You know, students, struggling readers are going to have a hard time with this. Should you use it all the time? No, this is one strategy to use sometimes. Some examples of activities you can use with shared reading. Now, here are some for expository text. You can stop the video and look here, some pre-reading ideas to check for understanding. You see these here. These are all in my book, by the way. If you want to elaborate or questions, stop it here. If you want to summarize bits that you have read after every section or so, pause here. Narrative text, same thing, pre-reading. If you want to make connections or associations, to check for understanding, to help students notice, here are some questions you can use. Break up the text. To elaborate or to infer, here are some questions that you could use. To predict and verify, or to imagine and visualize or visualize, here are some questions you can use. You're limited only by your imagination to decide to summarize. Just some ideas, another multi-level reading strategy that you can use